if I told you that right now, as you are sitting there watching this video, you are moving through space at 1.3 million miles per h-hour? Not a little, not kind of 1.3 million miles per h-hour, and you can't feel a single bit of it. Space doesn't just bend your mind. Space shatters everything you thought you knew about reality. And today, we're going to count down 10 facts about the universe that are so extreme, so violent, so impossibly strange, that every single one of them sounds like pure science fiction. But every single one of them is completely scientifically, undeniably real. Stay until number 1, because number 1 is going to change the way you look at the night sky forever. I am not exaggerating. Let's go. Number 10, there's a star out there that pulses like a cosmic clock, and it does it 716 times per second. This thing is called a pulsar. Specifically, one of the fastest known ones is called PSRJ 1748 to 2446 AD, and it is a dead star. A collapsed stellar corpse the size of a city, roughly 12 to 15 miles across, spinning 716 times every single second. That is faster than a kitchen blender, faster than a dentist drill. This is an object with more mass than our entire Sunday, packed into something smaller than Los Angeles, spinning so fast that its surface is moving at around 24% the speed of light. If Earth spun that fast, we would all be flung off into space in an instant. The equator would be ripping apart. But this dead star just keeps going, tick-tick 716 times a second. Every second, like it is mocking us. Number 9, there are stars so large that if you replaced our Sunday with one of them, it would swallow Jupiter, not Earth. Jupiter, the biggest known star we've found, is called UY Scuti. Its radius is roughly 1,700 times larger than the Sunday's. Let that math hit you. If you put our Sunday at the center of UY Scuti, the surface of this star would extend past the orbit of Jupiter. Every planet in our inner solar system, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, all of it gone, swallowed inside a single star. And here's the part that really messes with your head. UY Scuti is about 9,500 light years away from us. When ancient Egyptians were building the pyramids, the light you'd see from UY Scuti today was just leaving that star. It takes that long to reach us, and we still see it. That is how incomprehensibly bright it is. Biggest stars in the universe, hypergeiant stars. UY Scuti versus Sunday comparison. These are the searches that'll bring you down a rabbit hole you won't escape from. Number 8, there is a planet where it rains glass sideways. At 5,400 miles per h-hour, meet HD 189,733b, a beautiful blue planet. And we do mean beautiful. It looks almost exactly like Earth from a distance. Deep, vivid blue. You'd want to visit it. You would not survive it. The atmosphere of this planet is loaded with silicate particles, basically tiny shards of glass. And the winds there move at 5,400 miles per h-hour. For reference, the fastest wind ever recorded on Earth was about 253 miles per h-hour during a tornado. Now multiply that by 21 and add glass, sharp supersonic glass flying in every direction in a planet-wide hurricane that never stops. The surface temperature averages around 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit, so you'd be vaporized before the glass even got to you. This is a real planet. It has been directly observed and studied by NASA and the Hubble Space Telescope. Glass rain planet. Most dangerous exoplanets. HD 189,733b facts. Look it up after this. Number 7, there is a black hole so large if you fell into it you wouldn't even know it for days. Most people think falling into a black hole means instant death at the edge. The event horizon spaghettification, right? That is true for small black holes. The tidal forces at the edge would stretch you like cosmic pasta. But for the ultramassive ones, we're talking about something like Ton 618, a black hole with a mass of 66 billion times our Sunday. The event horizon is so enormous that the tidal forces at the edge are actually gentle enough that you'd cross over without feeling anything unusual. You would fall in. You would pass the point of no return. And you would not know it for days. You'd just be floating, weightless, stars still visible. Everything seemingly normal until slowly the light around you starts warping. The universe behind you shrinks to a single bright point. And then you'd understand. You are already inside. And there is no way out, not for you, not for light, not for anything. Ton 618 black hole. Supermassive black hole facts. What happens inside a black hole? These are the rabbit holes that prove space is scarier than any horror movie. Number 6, there's a region of the universe so empty that scientists actually named it the Great Nothing. Officially, it is called the Bowl-White's Void. And it is a super void. A region of space roughly 330 million light years across where almost nothing exists. No galaxies, barely any stars, just empty space. And the reason this is so disturbing is that in the observable universe, matter tends to clump together. Galaxies form clusters. Clusters form superclusters. Structure exists everywhere we look, but the Boat's void is like a hole in the universe, a bubble of nothing sitting in the middle of everything. If the Milky Way were sitting inside the Boat's void, humans wouldn't have discovered the existence of other galaxies until the 1990s, because the nearest ones would be so impossibly far away. Some scientists genuinely don't have a satisfying explanation for how it formed. Current models of cosmic evolution don't predict voids, this large forming this quickly after the Big Bang. It is one of the great unsolved mysteries in cosmology. Boat's void explained. Largest void in space. Cosmic supervoid mysteries. Number 5. Every single piece of gold on Earth, every ring, every chain, every gold bar sitting in Fort Knox was forged in a violent collision between two dead stars. Gold cannot be made in a normal star. Our Sunday fuses hydrogen into helium, helium into carbon, all the way up the periodic table, but gold requires what is called a neutron star merger, two neutron stars spiraling into each other at a fraction of the speed of light and colliding in an explosion called a kilonova. These events are so energetic that they briefly outshine entire galaxies. And in those few seconds of unimaginable violence, heavy elements like gold, platinum, and uranium are forged and blasted across the cosmos. In 2017, for the first time in history, scientists detected both gravitational waves and light from one of these collisions, GW 170817. They watched it happen 130 million light years away, and the data confirmed it. Gold comes from dead star collisions. So the next time you look at something made of gold, understand you are holding stardust forged in the most violent event the universe produces. Origin of gold in universe, neutron star merger kilonova. Where does gold come from space? Number 4. You have never been in the same place twice, not once, not ever, and you never will be. Here's the full picture of how fast you are actually moving right now. Right, this moment sitting completely still. Earth rotates at about 1,000 miles per HR at the equator. Earth orbits the Sun at about 67,000 miles per HR. The Sun orbits the center of the Milky Way at about 514,000 miles per H-hour. The Milky Way itself is moving through the universe toward the Great Attractor at roughly 1.3 million miles per H-hour. Add all of that up. You are moving through space at over 1 million miles per HR in multiple directions simultaneously. The chair you are sitting in right now occupies a position in space that has never been occupied before and will never be occupied again. The concept of returning to a place is physically impossible on a cosmic scale. You cannot step in the same river twice, and in the most literal sense, you cannot exist in the same location twice. How fast is Earth moving through space? Great Attractor explained. Speed of Milky Way through universe. Number 3, space is not silent. It has a sound. And it is the lowest note ever detected in the universe. In 2003, NASA astronomers pointed the Chandra X-ray Observatory at the Perseus Galaxy Cluster, about 250 million light years away. They detected ripples in the hot gas surrounding a massive black hole, and when they analyzed those ripples, they realized those are pressure waves. Those are sound waves. The black hole at the center of the Perseus cluster has been sending out sound waves for about 2.5 billion years. The note it produces is a B-flat, 57 octaves below middle C, a pitch so low that it is about 1 billion times lower than anything the human ear can detect. If you could somehow hear it, which you physically cannot, it would be a deep, slow cosmic groan that hasn't changed since before complex life existed on Earth. NASA actually released an audio version. They scaled it up into human hearing range. Look it up. It will make the hair on your arm stand up. Sound in space, NASA. Perseus cluster black hole sound. Lowest note in the universe, number 2. There are parts of the universe we will never see, not because they don't exist, but because the universe is expanding faster than the speed of light. The observable universe is about 93 billion light years across. That is the bubble of space from which light has had enough time to reach us since the Big Bang. But the total universe, the actual full universe, is almost certainly far, far larger, maybe infinite. And here's where it breaks your brain. Space itself is expanding, and in the regions very far from us, space is expanding so fast that the light from those regions will never reach us. It is not traveling away from us. The space between us and those regions is growing faster than light can cross it, which means There are galaxies out there, real galaxies, with stars, possibly with planets, possibly with life. And we will never see them. We cannot even in principle see them. Not with any telescope, not ever. And it gets worse, the galaxies we can currently see on the edge of the observable universe. Over billions of years, they will eventually cross that horizon too. The night sky in the far future will have fewer and fewer galaxies visible. The universe will look increasingly empty, not because it is, but because we are being isolated by expansion. One day, in the extremely distant future, an astronomer in our galaxy will look out and see only the Milky Way. They might conclude they are alone in the universe, and they would be completely wrong observable. Universe vs. total universe. Universe expansion faster than light, Cosmic Horizon explained. Number one, when you look at a star, you are not seeing it as it is. You are seeing it as it was, and it might not even exist anymore. This one sounds poetic, but the full scientific reality of it is something that most people never fully sit with. Light travels at 186,000 miles per second. That sounds fast, and it is. But the universe is so large that even at that speed, light takes enormous amounts of time to cross it. When you look at the nearest star to our Sunday, Proxima Centauri, you are seeing it as it was 4.2 years ago. When you look at the Andromeda galaxy with your naked eye on a clear night, and it is visible, you are seeing light that left that galaxy 2.5 million years ago. Homo erectus was walking the earth when that light began its journey to your eyes. When astronomers look at distant quasars, the most luminous objects in the universe, they are seeing things that happened over 13 billion years ago, nearly the beginning of time itself. Here's what that really means. Every star you see tonight might already be gone. Some of the stars visible to the naked eye are hundreds to thousands of light years away. If a star 500 light years away went supernova yesterday, we won't know for 500 years. The sky we see is not a live image of the universe. It is a mosaic of different moments in time, all arriving at your eyes simultaneously. You are looking at history every single night with your bare eyes, no telescope needed. You are a time traveler. You always have been. You just never thought of it that way. Looking at stars is looking into the past. Light travel time explained. How old is starlight's speed of light and distance in space? So the next time someone tells you space is just a bunch of rocks and gas floating around out there, send them this video, because space is the most extreme, violent, strange, beautiful, terrifying, and humbling thing that has ever existed. And we are lucky enough, or perhaps unlucky enough, to be inside it, trying to understand it with brains that evolved to track fruit and avoid predators. We have come a long way. If this video bent your mind even a little bit, hit that like button. Subscribe to Brain Twist if you want more of this. We go deep, we go real, and we never waste your time. Drop in the comments which fact hit you hardest. I am reading every single one. See you in the next one.